Hello there, GB here, and welcome to Fast Forward, where we follow up on episodes, I've forgotten what I'm saying, follow up on episodes of Rewind Classic Movies, and today we're following on from last week's Legend with all its excellent visual creations and looking at our favourite makeup and prosthetics in the movies. With me, of course, is AJ.
Yes, I'm here, and we did indeed talk about Legend last week, and the amazing makeup and prosthetics that were used on all the characters in that film.
S-tier visuals.
S-tier visuals, especially Tim Curry's Darkness, one of the great prosthetic performances ever to be built on screen, as far as I'm concerned. And the man who built it, Rob Bottin, leads us, to a film I'm going to talk about in this list. Mm-hmm. And actually, I had to really think a lot of these. I don't know about you, and it'd be interesting to see if we've got a couple that are the same. I've also got a couple of honourable mentions as well.
Me too. Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll put what's the bloody movie? Legends in the sort of Hall of Fame. We won't talk about that this week, right? It's not on your list. No,
it's not on my list. No.
Cool. I struggled a bit with this because I thought this was a great idea because you came up with this idea, which I thought was brilliant. And then I just forgot about all the good things.
Sorry,
I'm sure.
Hold on. Sorry. Just rewind. Yeah. I had an idea that you thought was...
You contributed to the podcast.
Sorry, no,
hold on. Idea.
What did I say? I had an idea that was...
Really good.
No. I think it was brilliant.
Brilliant?
I think you said it was brilliant. I think you said I had a brilliant idea. Sorry,
Can I go good? Can I downgrade it?
No. It's S-tier, S-tier idea.
Well, I can edit this.
Fix it in post.
Yeah. But I just forgot all of the things that I initially thought of when it came to actually writing down my list. But there we are. So we've both brought 5 of our favourite moments of makeup and prosthetics from the movies of any era, and we'll go through them in reverse order, 5 to 1. So we finish with our favourite and ultimately our Rewind Top 10.
Favourite, baby.
Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first if you like.
Fire the nuclear weapon.
So, number 5, for me, Pan's Labyrinth, 2006.
Do you know what? It's been on my list of films to watch for so long, and I've not watched it.
Have you? I watched it not expecting what I watched. Let's put it that way. It's definitely quite dark. Well, not quite dark. It's really fucking dark. It's like in post-war Spain, like fascist Spain, and it's like a child's fairy tale, and there's the faun, and there's this. So basically, getting onto it, the pale man, he just he's got the eyes, and he puts his hands in front of his face. He's got the eyes in his hands.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen that image.
And. Yeah, but the fact is, they actually wore full suits. These are sort of like creature suits, and I mean it's just great. They went to town on doing it, and it actually won the best makeup Oscar.
Oh wow!
So yeah, who are David Narty and Montse Ruby.
So it's makeup as opposed to a costume then?
Well, there were costumes as well. I mean, yes, costume suits, but there were makeup involved as well.
Right.
Like I said, it's a nod because it won the Oscar for it.
Yeah.
But when I started this list, this is the first one that went in the list because it was the first one off the top of my head that I thought, oh yeah, that thing. And I actually looked up if it was CGI or not, but no, not.
Okay. How do you feel about the movie?
I've only seen it the once. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
I think it came out when I was living in Thailand. And I remember watching it on a minibus journey when we were going to the border to Cambodia. And it just, I wasn't expecting it. It wasn't a bad film in any way. It was just a bit, I'm not sure I want to necessarily watch it again. But I'm not saying it's bad, because Del Toro's obviously a fantastic director.
Yeah.
He did The Shape of Water, I want to call it, recently, which is fantastic. Love that. Quite into his unusual creatures and things.
Is there other sort of makeup and prosthetic stuff in there as well? Because it looks like character heavy from that point of view.
No, yeah, there's a few characters in there. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give it a watch. Cool, so that's your number 5. My number 5 is The Dark Knight.
Okay.
You haven't seen it, have you?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
No, I think I've seen it. This is
This is
Nolan,
Heath Ledger. Yeah, Heath Ledger as a Joker, basically.
Oh, this is brilliant. Yes, I have seen this. Heath Ledger's incredible. Absolutely incredible in it. Yeah. Yes.
Unlike fantasy films, like this Dark Knight proves that makeup doesn't have to be like elaborate monsters or creatures to be iconic. And the Joker's makeup is just deliberately imperfect. So rather than that clean clown paint that we usually get with the Joker, it's kind of cracked, smeared and worn and sort of reflects the chaos of the character. And apparently Heath Ledger just applied a lot of it himself during filming to sort of create that real lived-in appearance. And it's such a mind-blowingly simple and brilliant different take on the character's appearance, which totally works. And again, the makeup is nothing without the performance. And Heath nailed it. And then also in that movie as well, you get Two-Face, Aaron Eckhart, who has half of his face burnt off.
True.
And that was like practical prosthetics on one side with visual effects extending like his horrific injuries on the other side, digitally. So that became like a really good example of practical and digital techniques working together. And yeah, Nolan prefers practical filmmaking, and I sort of really appreciate that. But I like the effects. They were sort of grounded, and Gotham and the whole movie became quite believable. I just think that Joker's makeup has become one of the most instantly recognisable looks in film history.
It has. I mean, for a while, everyone was dressing as him for Halloween things. And
I dressed as him on a charity banger rally around Europe.
How about that?
Where, purely by coincidence, in Barcelona, which was the end point of the trip, we bumped into a guy who was dressed as Batman. And we've got some great photos of me and him together.
Oh, brilliant. Amazing. I do remember you doing that rally way back in the day. Yeah.
That was way back in the day.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was almost 20 years ago, I think.
Yeah. Fair play.
Oh, dear. Yes. I'll tell you what, having all that makeup on and everything was hard work after a while.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right, you're number 4.
Number 4. So I had to think about this one. I did Google films with makeup and prosthetics in because I couldn't come up with a list. This is a film I have seen them all. This is 1986, not 1986, sorry, 1968, Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, right? What a film! Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible film.
This is with what's the actor called?
Charlton Heston. Franklin G. Schaffner directed it. And it just apparently a quarter of the budget went on makeup.
God.
And John Chambers, who did it, got an honorary Oscar for doing it. I don't think there wasn't at that time a makeup category that didn't come until 1981.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll come on to that later.
There we go. I wonder if we're going to have the same film then. That's interesting.
I wonder if we are.
I wonder. But yeah, it's nuts really, because when you think about their faces, and the one thing for me from that film is I always remember is when he's trying to explain to the apes that man has created flight, and they're like, no, it's impossible. And he's like, no, seriously. And he folds up this paper airplane and flies it, and they're like, no, it's impossible. And screws it up. And just like, no, that's not possible at all. And it's like, but it is. We've just showed you, and it's that's sort of happening today a little bit in real life.
Yes, isn't it?
And then it's like, and then he goes outside and he realizes what happens when he sees the the Statue of Liberty and then damn you all to hell and all that. It's great film, obviously. A film I think I need to watch again because
I think it's the definitive version. I'll be honest with you.
Definitely.
I think that ending is so incredible. It's not been bettered. It's up there with the original. What's the movie that they redid with Nicolas Cage? And instead of setting him on fire, they had the bees.
The Wicker Man.
God, Wicker Man. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a similar sort of vibe to the Wicker Man ending for me.
Yes.
Really brilliant. And I tell you what, I know they've done some incredible things with like monkeys and CGI and the way they did it in the new Planet of Apes movie. It's incredible. But you can't beat this. I think I'd rather take this practical.
Well, John Chambers was also the name of my grandfather. He designed Spock's ears. and later did some work for the CIA building disguise tech behind the Iranian hostage rescue.
Oh, wow.
And then later on, John Goodman's character in Argo is John Goodman is playing John Chambers in Argo. The film that was made by Ben Affleck. Who's also in it and starring in it. Yeah, so that's John Goodman playing that guy, John Chambers, who got the honorary Oscar for Planet of the Apes. So there you go.
Well deserved. Fantastic. Right, my number 4. I'm almost going to be surprised if you don't have this. Mm-hmm. My number 4 is Mrs Doubtfire.
Oh, no, I don't have it, but it's my honourable mention. It's my honourable mention. Yeah.
Okay. It's just so classic. Robin Williams just disappears into Mrs Doubtfire. Yeah, it's easy to forget you're watching one of Hollywood's biggest comedians just underneath hours of prosthetics. And the makeup was designed by Greg Canham, one of the greatest makeup artists in film history.
Great.
And he won the Academy Award for Best Makeup. He only died last year. And he did lots and lots of huge movies, things like Hook, The Mask, and he worked from 1977 to 2021.
Wow.
And in Mrs Doubtfire, like this, every detail matters in this, like the wrinkles, the cheeks, the nose, the chin, the neck, they all work together to sell this illusion, which is the whole film falls apart if it doesn't work. If we don't think it's believable, then you think the family wouldn't think it's believable. But that makeup still allowed Robin Williams to express emotion and smile and improvise. And apparently it took about 4 hours each day to put on, and then a lengthy removal at the end. But what's remarkable is that the makeup serves the story rather than distracting from it. It's not something that you go, wow, look at this incredible monster or whatever. You just go, well, there's a woman. You think it's a real person, and it's the emotional heart of the film, really. So yeah, I thought that was brilliant. It's so hard sometimes, you can't to separate the makeup or the prosthetic from the performance, because they go so hand in hand together. If Robin Williams wasn't as good in this role, maybe we'd be looking at the makeup and prosthetics and not being so glowing about it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Tootsie?
Oh, years ago. Dustin Hoffman, right?
That's the one. Yeah, I mean, obviously very different, but very similar sort of thing. Where you dress up as a woman.
I mean, I have gone out on a Friday night, which is
yeah.
I suspect number 3 is where we may have the same one, or maybe
the
not.
Elephant Man.
Yes.
1980.
We have the same number 3. That's funny.
David Lynch, classic. Yeah. 7 to 8 hours a day that used to take to apply.
I mean, that is a day. I mean, if that was me, I'd be getting to hour 8 and be going, right, well, you better take it off because I've clocked off.
It's incredible, isn't it? And he could only film every other day, apparently.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's doing 8 hours of makeup and then another few hours of work, yeah.
There you go. So I didn't know this. I've discovered this in the research, is that there was no best makeup Oscar category at the time. Yeah. And there was quite a big outcry over that, and it was introduced the very next year.
Yeah. So it missed out, but it brought the whole thing into existence.
It is widely credited as the reason the Academy created the category the very next year.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is it was so impressive that people were outraged about it. Yeah, it's one of the most influential films in Academy Awards history in a way. But we should say as well, this is John Hurt's transformation into Joseph Merrick.
Yes.
Yeah, the Elephant Man himself. And it's Christopher Tucker who's sort of largely responsible for it, because he spent months researching photographs and medical evidence to recreate that appearance with what they say is amazing accuracy and sensitivity. But the makeup was based on casts of John Merrick. Then who's John Merrick? Is it John Merrick or Joseph Merrick?
Do you know? I don't know.
Why am I having a moment of doubt there? That is Joseph Merrick.
In fact, I've got it written in front of me.
John Merrick was an English politician.
Sorry.
So basically the makeup was based on casts of his real body, which are kept in the Royal London Hospital's private museum.
They took casts of him. That's incredible.
I mean, awful though as well. Like, it's a bit that, you are just an experiment.
But back in the days, that's what medicine was. I mean, they were learning so much about medicine back then,
Yeah. But I mean, the makeup was done so well, it was shocking, but it was there to tell his story, and it was done with dignity and authenticity. And I remember I watched this when I was young, and it was shocking, but it was heartbreaking. As a kid, I thought this was heartbreaking. I haven't seen it in a long
time. Yeah.
I think I'd be intrigued to see it again. But I know it's a hard watch. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that saved us a few minutes by talking about the same movie.
Absolutely, doesn't it just? So, on to number 2 then.
No.
What?
No, just the idea that let's talk about our number 2s.
Oh, right, yes. Number 2s. Oh, for fuck's sake, you child.
Yes.
On to number 2.
Number 2! Sorry. Austin Powers is coming back. Do you know about this?
Yes, I know. No, are they actually making?
So they've made a commercial.
I know they made the commercial, which is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, it's ace.
And I thought, when you sent it over, and I thought, oh god, they made a commercial. I thought it was going to be shit. Actually, it's not. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's everything I want it to be, and it's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's naff in its own way because they're sort of going, "This is a commercial. It's a bit naff." But Mike Myers has said repeatedly now, it's another one's coming. Another full movie's coming.
I bloody hope so. I absolutely hope so, because I love them. And having watched, the first one, and then I basically just watched them all after, we did number 1. Who does number 1 work? Who does number 2 work?
Who does
number 2 work? It's just brilliant. All of it's just so funny. So I really hope they do. I really hope they do.
I remember saying I felt at the time some of the humour was dated and didn't work for me as well in 2026. I hope they do a new one that fixes that.
Oh, I hope so. I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Okay, number 2.
Anyway. No. Who does number 2 work for? So, following on from The Elephant Man, 1981, An American Werewolf in London.
Oh.
Because it's also a brilliant film. I love this film. It's really good.
I can't remember it at all.
Oh, really? When he changes, and you see him change, and the bones are cracking, and the face is elongating, and they do that transformation. It's absolutely fucking stunning.
I'm going to watch it now.
And then Rick Baker won the first ever competitive Best Makeup Oscar, which was created after The Elephant Man. And it's just absolutely incredible.
I'm going to watch it. Oh, there's 8 minutes of it. Bear with. I'm just going to skip through it.
Right.
Oh yes, I know the scene. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it was for its time. I think it was, groundbreaking in a way.
They take their time with it as well. The transformation takes place over about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really well done. Yeah,
it's really good. It's really good. It's always stuck in my mind. So this was like one of the ones that came to my head. It's like, oh yeah, I need to do this.
Sorry.
They're sort of because The Elephant Man was linked to it. It's like, oh god, yeah, that's that, and that's a brilliant one I need to mention. So actually, because I didn't realise that there was no Best Makeup Oscar. So it's great to see that these things are being created. I'm learning stuff from doing the research into these things. I love that.
I saw this American Werewolf when Transformation came up on. I tried watching. There's a new game show, or newish. I think it's just called The Movie Quiz Show or something like that, hosted by Alan Carr. And it is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It's like a celebrity panel show type thing. And it's dreadful. It's dreadful in every possible way, but they do a bit on it in one of the episodes I watched. I think I only watched one. I'm not even sure I got all the way through it, where they try and recreate that scene. And it sort of just showed to me how well done it was, because how easy it is to do these things badly.
Yes.
So yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So that was your number 2. That
was my number 2.
My number 2 is Terminator 2.
Okay, yeah, nice.
I tell you what, I almost forgot about it, and it wasn't on my list until not that long before we started recording. I did a last minute, oh shit, I definitely need to get that in there. When people think of Terminator 2, they usually think about the groundbreaking CGI used to create the T-1000. But what's often forgotten is just how much of the film's success relies on practical makeup and prosthetics. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800. Gradually takes more and more damage throughout the film.
Yeah.
And the makeup artists created like bullet wounds and torn synthetic skin and the exposed metal endoskeleton, burned flesh, every battle sort of leaves a mark. And rather than looking the same from start to finish, it visibly deteriorates. It looks absolutely amazing. And even in like the more modern Terminator films, when they've got more technology and arguably budget at their disposal, they can't make it look this good.
No.
They often resort to full-on CGI and it looks so shit.
Even Terminator, the first one, where they had fuck all budget and they had no idea what they were doing, it still looks absolutely stunning. Yes, you'd look at it today and go, well, that's a bit... But no, that was back then with no budget and it looks stunning. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
There's some jank moments. I think there's a bit when Arnie's looking in the mirror and cutting his eye out.
Yes.
It's not perfect, but I tell you what.
That's definitely not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I tell you what, the prosthetics department have done a fucking brilliant job. Good on you.
And for the most part, it looks absolutely wonderful. Even Robert Patrick's T-1000 wasn't purely CGI. There are quite a few shots that used practical prosthetics and split heads and mechanical rigs and stuff before, like, digital artists either enhanced them or did other bits with them. And it was Stan Winston Studios that handled much of the practical work. Winston was already a legend, he did like Aliens, Predator, Jurassic Park. And his philosophy was that audiences believe what they can actually see on the set. So Terminator 2 is a good example of that. And the film won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Visual Effects. And it still holds up now.
Yeah.
30, 40 years later.
Those 2 films are absolute fucking classics. I know there has been many Terminators, some good, some not good. But those 2 are, Aliens, Terminator 2. I mean, absolutely.
Honourable mentions then.
Okay, yeah. Well, you've already done one of mine, which is Mrs Doubtfire. I'll do one then. Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Pinhead.
That is a great shout.
That
must have taken more than hours and hours, surely.
Must have done. I don't know. But I haven't looked into it at all. I'm just thinking of the visual look of him. I don't know. That must have done, I suppose, or maybe it was a cap thing he put on. I don't actually know. I don't know.
I got Colin Farrell as the Penguin in the Batman movie.
Oh yeah, cool.
So sexy, handsome Colin Farrell becomes quite a big fat man, and it's so believable as well. Like if you didn't know it was him, you wouldn't know. I've also got Jack Nicholson in Batman as the Joker. I still don't know how they did it. I'm looking forward to diving in that sometime soon because he just has this permanent huge grin on his face. It just looks stunning. Jeff Goldblum in The Fly.
I've got that. Yeah, I've got that down. I've got that down as well.
I remember that. As a kid, that freaked the shit out of me.
I'm totally. Still today, I can remember how I felt watching it because I shouldn't have been watching it at my mate's house. I was way too young.
And it's almost been on my list for us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be at some point.
I think it should.
Yeah. Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What a great looking movie that is.
Yeah.
And my final one on my honourable mentions is Dick Tracy.
Okay.
With, oh, God. Oh, no. Having a complete brain meltdown. Warren Beatty.
Okay, yeah.
But there's so many characters in that with prosthetic faces and bits and pieces. It's really good.
I loved and still do, and the classic poster is Frankenstein from 1931, Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
That classic bolt sort of necked guy, and apparently doing the research, Universal still owns that look, that visual.
Really?
But
I was going to say, because did that invent it, or was that around before? That was my question.
I presume it was invented.
That's so iconic.
It is, isn't it? That's the thing. It made me think about it. I thought, oh yeah, Frankenstein. That look. If you ask a child to draw Frankenstein, they will draw some sort of monster with a bolt in its neck. Yeah. I think I have done in the past when I was a kid. That is such a classic look. Jack Pierce apparently doing the makeup on that.
I'm just looking up when it was invented. That look. Let's have a see. It was not part of the original novel. The novel's from 1818. Yeah, it sounds like 1931 was the way that visual came in.
Okay.
I mean, it's so iconic that.
It is. Boris Karloff and those days. What I do need to revisit, actually, some of that early cinema. Because there are some incredible, a lot of ground is broken. A lot of ground is broken in those early days of theatre and cinema when it's moving away from theatre and it's being filmed and they're trying to break the mold of being on a stage and doing what can we do with this? Well, let's film it like this. I want to see some of that to really appreciate where it all really started.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of pioneering happened back then.
Absolutely, yeah. I've got one other honourable mention that I just want to chat about for a moment, and it's a little movie called Star Wars. Which,
of course,
by putting it in my honourable mentions,
Wookiee
is not on my list of top 5.
Is it the Ewoks?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all of it, I suppose.
Darth Maul,
but initially,
his makeup was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many things you could pull
Darth
out
Maul
if you wanted
cool
to.
As fuck.
But the initial thing for me, that's an ostinato, by the way. I don't know if you know that. That little repeating pattern. It's an ostinato.
Oh, right.
As came up on my podcast I recorded with Ciara about the music of John Williams.
Peter Serafinowicz?
Darth Maul, the voice of Darth Maul. Yes, he was replaced after that movie. He's not happy about it.
Really?
Yes. But in 1977, you get this scene in the first movie in the Mos Eisley Cantina where it's just loads and loads of aliens and weird species. And it looks great, but I'm not going to sit here and say that individually that cantina of characters were all great, because they weren't, and many of them were leftovers from other movies or stuff they could get their hands on cheaply or quickly. And collectively, though, they look great and create such a stunning scene. But that's not why I'm putting Star Wars in the honourable mentions. You look at things like Chewbacca, a guy covered in fur, and it absolutely looks like a real walking carpet, or a dog, as he's called. It's wonderful, it's convincing, and the costume and makeup and everything is great, but it's also because of the performance of the late Peter Mayhew, R.I.P. And yes, the things like Yoda and Jabba the Hutt that don't count because they're puppets, but you do have to include the Emperor, who in Return of the Jedi turned a 30-something posh bloke into an ugly, horrific, evil, wrinkled bad guy. And weirdly, they've not managed to do the character that well in all the attempts that have happened since with the same actor playing the same character.
Interesting.
And what made Star Wars special was how that makeup disappeared into the world. None of it really felt like movie makeup. It just felt like real characters. And it felt like this real lived-in universe, which is what George wanted. And if you want one more reason to justify being on the list, I give you Alec Guinness's wig in all the movies. Because he didn't have any hair, and I didn't know that until I was much older, and it was kind of a bit of a sad moment.
Obi-Wan's hairpiece. Nice.
Absolutely brilliant wig.
Nice. I like it.
There we go. Right, our number ones.
My number one is from 1982, directed by John Carpenter, and it is The Thing.
Really?
And I've talked about this before, but it stays with me every time because it's just nuts. Again, a bit of an acid trip. You've got the chest that turns into a mouth, and you got that head that comes off and like becomes a spider, and it's just nuts, and it's all done in camera, and it's the same guy that built Darkness. It's the same guy.
Okay.
So there's the connection there. It's Rob Bottin, who he did Darkness's appearance, and it's funny because he learned from the guy who did American Werewolf in London, Rick Baker.
Legendary Rick Baker. He did Star Wars.
He then went on to do a film called The Howling, and decided to do Werewolf instead, and gave The Howling to Rob Bottin, who picked up how to do it all and stuff like that, and then went on to do The Thing, and then obviously went on to do The Darkness. So he went on to do The Darkness. I believe in a thing called love. And it's just bonkers. And he apparently, according to my research, basically Wikipedia, is that he was only about 23 years old when he did this, and he's working 7 days a week for a year, and was hospitalized from exhaustion.
Oh, mate.
Like, he was absolutely knackered. And Stan Winston helped out as well. He came in to take a load off things. And obviously, that's a name that's cropped up in the past with films we've talked about.
Yeah. Well, the crew.
Yeah.
But would you say, it's funny, I laughed when you initially said it, because I always feel like The Thing has a sort of B-movie shitness to it.
Oh, definitely.
Especially exactly all the things you just mentioned.
No, totally. I mean, John Carpenter has made some brilliant B-movies. Let's not fuck around here. Like, you know, John Carpenter makes some, you know, excellent B-movies and soundtracks. Yeah, it is. I wouldn't say shitness, but it is, because you don't watch a B movie you don't watch a B movie expecting it to be absolutely outstanding, but you watch a B movie for the craziness that they come up with a budget. It's like, right, okay, you've only got this much money. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to do this. Okay, cool.
That's a relevant point. You know, the impressiveness is relative to the budget, and yeah, I don't think John had much. And it is so memorable now. I mean, it's just it is the sort of thing of comedy.
It is. I need to watch it again. It's been a few years,
yeah,
but it is fantastic.
Classic.
It is fantastic. But it's all linked together. You know, all these people that learnt on one film and went on to the next film, went on to the next film. You know, there's so many people that are linked between so many different films that we know and love.
Interesting. Yeah. I was pretty sure we wouldn't have the same number one, or I wasn't even that confident that my number one would be even on your list.
Okay, cool.
Because
that's interesting.
Because it's from 1937. And it's a movie called The Octopus.
Right? Shh, The Octopus.
Yes.
Right.
SH exclamation mark, The Octopus.
It's not shh, The Octopus.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, the least known film on this list, I imagine, for most people.
I've never fucking heard of it in my life, and I'm immediately going to look it up right now. Well,
I'm going to send you a link. Right, I've prepared this already. I've got a link that I'm sending you now. Right, of a video that I want you to watch. And so this movie is a bit of a bonkers comedy mystery, and near the climax, a woman transforms in front of the audience's eyes from an elderly housekeeper into a terrifying witch-like figure.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it all the way through. It's only 54 minutes long, the movie.
Okay. That theatrical poster looks amazing.
Right. Have you got the thing that I just sent you on WhatsApp?
No, I haven't. I can look at it on my phone. Right, here we go. I'm going to watch it now. This is exciting.
So she grabs her hair.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible. How, look, I'm just slowing down where she removes her hair. Wow.
And her entire face changes, right?
Stunning.
And that is all done in camera, no editing, no visual effects. What you see happened in front of the camera. So this was a trick that they created. It was made by a legendary makeup artist, Perk Westmore, I don't know how you say his name. It deserves more respect than that. Using specially coloured makeup and carefully controlled coloured lighting, and the camera revealed different layers of makeup during the shot. So basically they take the filter away and the camera sees something completely different. So remember, this is 1937, long before CGI, digital compositing and all that sort of stuff. Filmmakers had been experimenting with practical illusions and genuinely amazed audience of the time. It was done similarly in Jekyll and Hyde in 1931, but it wasn't anywhere near as good, partly because they clearly cut part way through and it lingers and takes a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But this happens almost instantly. And I don't know about you, I watch it over and over.
That's incredible, isn't it?
So stunning. And although the film isn't particularly famous today, that transformation is just one of cinema's earliest and most influential makeup effects. It's genuinely one of the best things I've ever seen on screen. It's
funny, because I was literally just talking about Frankenstein and breaking ground, and they're discovering what they can do as filmmakers, and right there, I mean, that's it, isn't it? That's what, hey, what can we do? I don't know, let's try this. Oh yeah, that works. I mean, it's incredible, isn't it?
I still can't, like, I know how they did it, but I can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, your eyes don't quite, your eyes think your eyes are deceiving you, or you go, no, they must have done X, Y, and Z. I'd love for someone to do something like that now. It's what was also on my list that I could have put in honourable mentions was the Raiders of the Lost Ark when Matey gets melted.
Yes.
That just reminded me of that similar
when he opens the
real
ark
effect.
That
they did. That was, I think that was wax, and it was built on layers, and then when it was heated up, different layers melted at different temperatures or something, and then they sped it up.
Oh, it's so good though, isn't it? That scene, so good.
Yeah.
So what is also the one where they're drinking from the chalice?
Oh yeah, he goes old and his hair comes out.
He chose poorly.
He did not see that coming.
Oh.
Right, that's the show. Thanks so much for spending time with us. If you want to come hang out, get behind the scenes updates, ad-free listening, bonus content, or early access to the episodes, then head over to our Patreon, where you can get a backlot pass for just $5 a month at patreon.com/Rewind Classic Movies.
Yes, but anyway, please leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever. It all really helps. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Rewind Classic Movies. If you want to drop us an email, it's rewindclassicmovies@gmail.com.
And you can join me and AJ next week for the main Rewind show, as we'll be going to 1989 and a movie with a prince, a bat, and a bloke with a bloody big smile on her face. It's, of course, Batman. I can't wait. How about you?
Batman.
Pow. Bop.
Sock.
Yeah, that's
Biff.
it. It's all in that one. I know you've not seen it. This will be your first time seeing it. You can expect lots of that. Lots of camp.
Is there?
No. Nope.
No, I didn't think there was.
The other way.
There's no Adam West business in this, is there? I love those Adam West ones. They're so good. They're so good.
I can't wait. Sorry about the mess. Say goodbye, AJ.
Yeah, bye, whatever. Bye.